thanks everyone for having me. As we talked about, my name's Andrew Sparke. I'm the founder and managing director / chairman of QMines. Look, we put this business together 4 years ago. We listed it on the ASX and it's just gone from strength to strength. So I'm going to give you a really good update today. This is really an exciting time for us, and I'll get to why. So pay attention. This one hopefully blow your socks off. All right, so as we said, we're a Queensland-based company. We're focused on the region of Rockhampton. Now, why Rockhampton? It's a fantastic jurisdiction, all right? There's lots and lots of deposits here, awesome amount of infrastructure. It's right near the coast. Now, never underestimate location, okay? It's right near the coast, okay? We've got a real low capital advantage here as we take these copper and gold deposits down that development path. As we mentioned in the introduction, we've actually just acquired our third project in 4 years. So not only have we drilled about 50 kilometres of drilling, acquired 3 projects, bought 5 farms, PFS studies, 7 resource updates. We are just absolutely motoring here at QMines. And so this new Mount Mackenzie acquisition is a really exciting one. I'll get into the details shortly. It's a little more gold and silver focused, so it gives our shareholders more leverage to high-grade gold and silver, whereas Develin Creek in the middle there and Mount Chalmers, which is our flagship project, are more copper and gold, copper zinc focused. But as you can see, boatload of infrastructure gives us a great platform. We're now the dominant landowner in this region. We've got a fantastic platform to really build, what we hope is Australia's next, mid-tier copper and gold producer. All right, so quick snapshot. We've got 430 million shares on issue. We've got 3 people on the board. Pete's here in the audience today, down here taking notes and telling me how I can present better next time. And we've got Pete's obviously a geologist. He worked with Newcrest, Oceania. I've come out of the capital markets. I ran a resources fund for a long time. Know this space. Been in this space for 20 years. We really know how to execute these business plans. We've got some great shareholders. Our largest shareholder is a fantastic, guy who's supported us enormously. He's based out of Brisbane. We've also got another large shareholder out of Monaco who's been a fantastic help, and really appreciate everyone's support here. So we've got a great tight structure here. Very strong board ownership, and that's very important to note. I put over $1 million of our own personal family money in this stock since we listed. So we're really leveraged to making this work, and there's a strong alignment of interest, so to speak. All right, here's where it gets exciting. So this is our track record. Okay, so 7 resource updates in 4 years. I challenge you to find a company that can deliver 7 resource updates, 50 kilometres of drilling, in that time. We are just motoring, and I want you to take that away from this presentation today. We don't muck around. We hate watching the grass grow. We just deliver. Okay. We often don't say a lot about it, but we're always head down, working hard to deliver. All right. We've got a very large drilling program going out at the moment. We've just announced an initial 5,000 metres at our Develin Creek project up to March this year. We're now rolling out an additional 8 kilometres of drilling at Develin Creek and Mount Chalmers, and those results are imminent. Okay, we've got a lot of results in the labs right now, ready to drop. So watch that space. M&A is a very big part of this business plan, and it makes sense when, from my perspective as a financial guy, if you can buy resources cheaper than you can find them or grow them, why not bring them into the fold that way? So we are still looking at. There's a lot of opportunities around this Rockhampton region to keep growing this portfolio, and there's several things we're looking at the moment. We also, as well as a lot of drill results in the labs, we've got 2 resources that are pending, okay, and 1 is imminent. So watch this space. This is not going to stop. We're going to keep growing this resource base. And so, this is something that we're very passionate about, very proud of, that we've really delivered since setting this business up 4 years ago. Okay, the growth strategy is pretty simple, all right? So I like to be in the biggest fish pond, okay, so to speak. So, if you want to be in copper and gold, you've got to be, have the same scale as the mid-tier or larger cap guys, okay? And one thing, just as an observation over my 20 years, in the funds management and investment landscape, if you want to be a mid-tier copper producer, you've got to produce over 20,000 tonnes copper equivalent. It's just blanket rule. If you're not there, you're not in the game, okay? And you don't attract a lot of that institutional buying, okay? So what we've done here is we've built a business plan that's focused on really scaling this up to that 20 to 30,000 tonnes of copper equivalent production per annum, okay? We're currently at 10 from one of our deposits. The secret here is we've got another 7 or 8 of these to incorporate into the mine plan. So this is going to grow very rapidly. And this morning we actually announced that we're doubling our production throughput from 1 million tonnes at our planned Mount Chalmers mine to 2 million tonnes. So that will really put us in that league of mid-tier copper producer, and I think will attract a lot stronger valuation. Now, the other thing to think about here is a lot of the peer group are getting taken over, okay? So being candid, it's been quite tough in the copper space in the last couple of years. But as you can see, the smart money's moving in now. We've seen New World Resources getting bids at $180 million. We're seeing Rex Minerals get bought out by large family offices out of Indonesia at significant premiums. I could bore you with, you're seeing Mac Copper being bid at the moment by one of the largest South African gold explorers or gold producers. There is a lot of interest in copper now, okay? The peer group are very cheap. It hasn't run like gold has. There's a really great opportunity in copper right now. Okay, let's talk about the Mount Chalmers mine and what a deposit it was. So for those of you who don't know, as I say, it's only about 20 k's out of Rocky. It produced at, and get this, the grade is just awesome. I love talking about this. It was about 2% copper, 3.6 grams gold, and just under 20 grams silver. Now that is a great mine. That's a very profitable mine, and we are really hoping to emulate that. Okay, so Mount Chalmers has got a lot of the focus here. We've pushed out 5 resource updates since listing, just at this one deposit alone. But as you can see, there actually are 3 other deposits around Mount Chalmers that we can still continue to grow the footprint here. So lots of scale left here. We've now completed the pre-feasibility study at Mount Chalmers, but all the focus now has moved to our other 2 projects to start to bring those into the mine plan. But Mount Chalmers is an absolute ripper. And this is why. It's shallow. Let's just talk about the basics here. It's a shallow deposit. It's flat-lying deposit. It's not your typical steep dipping deposit that's you mine as an open pit in the first year and underground the next 9 years. It's very shallow, therefore it's very low cost and very profitable. And we saw that in the PFS results where we had returns of, in excess of 50% internal rate of returns, okay? And for those of you who don't appreciate, a lot of the copper producers at the moment, they're talking about, 15 to 20% margins. These open pit deposits with good grade that are very shallow just generate the best margins, okay? So this will be the mainstay of a future potential operation up in this region. There's about 10.4 million tonnes in ore reserve and production target now, so it's a big starting point. Now we're focused on bringing in these other deposits to really scale it up. Now, Develin Creek. All right, who likes drill results? Anyone in the room like good drilling results? A couple of hands go up. Great. All right, well, we've got drill results in spades on the way. As I said, there's about 3 kilometres in the labs right now, okay, with another 5 kilometres of drilling on the way. Now, late last year, we drilled what's called the Scorpion and Window deposits, but now we're focused on the largest of the 3 deposits called Sulphide City. Okay, now Sulphide City is a ripper, really high grades. It's got a bit more zinc than our Mount Chalmers operation, so it's high in copper and high in zinc, but really high grades. It's a big deposit. We're doing, as I say, an 8,000 metre drilling program at the moment. We're infilling it, and we're going to do a lot of step-out drilling there too. We think this is going to grow quite materially, and watch this space. There's a lot of great results coming. This is what it looks like. As you can see on the board, really high grades. There is actually a really high grade central zone. It's about 3% copper and about 3 to 5% zinc. So this is expected to add some real sizzle to the market story. All right, I'll go back. So Mount Mackenzie. So this is really what we're here to promote this trip. Okay, so Mount Mackenzie is a new acquisition. It's only 140 k's away from our Mount Chalmers mine, about 40 k's away from our Develin Creek operation. And it really adds a lot of gold endowment into the portfolio. So it helps our shareholders get more exposure to gold when the price is going very well. Okay. There's 2 additional deposits here. We're just planning a maiden drilling program here, but have a look at some of these intersections. I can't believe we were able to acquire this, for the price we did. Okay, there are intersections in spade. I'll just give you the bit of the highlights package. 22 metres at 5 grams gold and 37 grams silver. Here we go. 44 metres at 3.5 grams gold and almost 60 grams silver. I could bore you all day, but 36 metres at 5 grams gold and 34 grams silver. This is going to generate some awesome news flow as we start to get the drill rigs up here and get those results into the market. But what's also misunderstood here at Mount Mackenzie is that it's wide open, and I mean absolutely wide open. Okay, have a look at this section here at the southwest slopes area. Okay, so you can see the resource pit outline there to the top of the screen. There's a sort of a round dome shape. That's the current resource. And look at all these intersections that are wide open below that resource. This is going to grow, and it's going to grow very, very quickly. All right. Here's another one. Okay, last one. I love my drilling results, as you know. 27 metres at 5.3 grams gold and 16 grams silver. Start throwing a few of those out in the market and see what the price does. This is a great asset, and it's going to really materially add to the Mount Chalmers mine plan. So look, that's a really quick update on QMines. Great to be back. As you can see, we really are a team that deliver. We're unashamedly young and really hard-working. We're here to sort of generate shareholder value. Come and see us. We've got a booth outside. Really appreciate your time today, and watch that news flow. We have a lot of news that's imminent. Thanks very much for your time.